Back again for another Pro Stock Hockey review. I've been meaning to get to this one for quite some time since it's a little bit of an older stick, but I couldn't help myself with showing you guys some of my newer ones first and foremost. But now I found some time to kind of take a look at this one because of the Pro Stocks I have, this is probably one of the more intriguing ones. Despite it being a little bit of an older model. As on that note, for those of you who haven't figured it out already, it's a CCM Ribcor 40K, but for reasons that we'll get into it in a little bit, it's definitely, I'm pretty much 99% sure that it's a repaint of another model. So let's take a look. And starting off, we should say that it at one point belonged to Chad Ruhwedel, who is currently, up and down in the Pittsburgh Penguins system. But I got this when he was a member of the Buffalo Sabres organization and playing for the Rochester Americans. It was used at some point by him. I'm not sure if it was in a game or just a practice situation or whatever, but when I got this at the Rochester Americans team store, it was on sale for $80 because it was in the used rack. So figured why not take a chance on it. It has the specifics that I like. So so far it's held up well for me, and it's been a pretty good stick. It responds very well. Everything that I like about my game, it reflects great to it. So let's take a look at the curve first and foremost, since it's pretty simple. Nothing new here, just your typical P92. As I've said in my other videos, I like to stick with either a P92 or a P28 because those are the patterns that get the job done for me. If it looks weird at the bottom here, it's because I gave it a fresh coat of paint right after the M and CCM there from the blade down, because it had some marks and chips. So I wanted to make it look a little bit fresh. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for the curve. Like I said, nothing really new. Here's the coating for it, the Ruhwedel's name. It's a 90 flex, although it doesn't really feel like a 90 flex. It feels a little bit whippier than your traditional 90 or higher flex, but obviously not gonna get into question there. But what I do want to bring up and bring some question up is, for those of you, I'm trying to see if I can point it out here, but you see the grid pattern that's running down the shaft on the ends of it, these little marks here that go all the way up and down. Now, for those of you who have ever messed around with the My Bauer customization option that they have on their website, where you can kind of create your own hockey stick, you'll know that they have this option that you can put on the shaft of your custom stick. And not only that, for those of you that know the CCM Ribcor 40K, the retail version of it, you know that they have the ribs that are supposed to run up and down right about here. Well, obviously those are not present on Ruhwedel's model here, so that leads me to believe, given that and this Bauer-like grid pattern that you typically see on those sticks, it leads me to believe it's a Bauer stick with the Ribcor 40K graphics. Now, I'm not sure exactly what it is, because I don't know what the coating necessarily means, but I know there are some of you out there who are really good with it. So if you know what that E03902 symbols, then feel free to let me know, and please let me know in the comments below, because it's one of those things that I'm definitely interested in and I like figuring out. But if I had to guess or take money to the bank, I'd definitely say that it's a Bauer stick with the CCM graphics on it. But other than that, there really isn't much more to get into. I remember when I had first seen it, the fact that it was used kind of led me to be cautionary about it, but it was still in pretty good shape. I didn't feel anything extra when I flexed it. There weren't any noticeable deep chips or cuts anywhere, so I thought it would last me a while, and so far it has. As I think I got this in the fall of 2014, actually, when these models were popular around the AHL and whatnot, and in the NHL, but for the most part in the AHL. But yeah, it's held up nice. I haven't used it too much, especially now since it's an older model, And I've been getting some newer sticks like the Jared Spurgeon GX, which was in my last video. I've been kind of leaving this on my shelf and not getting to it, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it has been a pretty good stick, and hopefully it lasts me a little bit longer. But other than that, that just about does it for this Chad Ruhwedel CCM Ribcor 40K, graphics-wise at the very least. But you guys know the drill at this point if you've been watching my videos. If you have any questions about it, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And if you have any information on it, on the code, or anything that I might have missed, also I encourage you to please let me know below in the comments, and we can start some discussion. But thanks as always, guys, for watching my videos. I love doing this. Hockey sticks, hockey equipment is my passion. And I appreciate anybody who watches and starts conversation with me. It's a lot of fun, and hopefully I'll be able to do some more later on. But thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you next time.